I am done with exams. Finally.
Yesterday was Christmas. Today it is not. That was some insane ass shit, man.
Good day, sir. 2021 was quite the year for me, especially if we're talking about my mental health. It was really one of the most insane years of my life. Almost only if we're talking about mental health. Yeah, that was kind of the highlight of this year for me, at least. The year started off pretty good. You know, I was going to the gym almost every day, working out. I worked on myself. I'm talking about, just like better habits and stuff, eating better, losing weight, all that good stuff, And then, of course, my semester started off at uni, and I had to fly out to my uni twice during spring for my exams because only the exams were done not online, which is weird, but whatever. And, it really fucked me. Stress and anxiety really took over my body. I was pretty much depressed, if I'm being honest. I turned to gaming and food. I was just straight up not having a good time, Then, of course, summer came, and after a lot of detoxing, and I mean a lot, fall semester came. I went back to uni, and things were honestly looking up. I was starting to develop better habits again. I started uploading regularly to YouTube, more or less. I ended up reading 5 books during fall, which is like a new record for me. And then November comes, and all of a sudden, I realized that free will doesn't exist. Now Loki's in the back of my mind, like 24/7.
I always
am. Of course, the idea of not being able to control anything that I'm doing is quite depressing, so my life became essentially meaningless. Eventually, I came across this article that explained Arthur Schopenhauer's ideas that he wrote about in his book, The World as Will and Representation. It was rather long, but my takeaway is that free will's existence it depends on our understanding of what free will is. Not only that, but even more interesting, I realized that contemplating the idea of free will is essentially really fucking stupid because, number one, there isn't a right answer, and number two, even if there was a right answer, I don't exactly have the power to do anything about it because I'm not a fucking god. As a result of that, I decided that my New Year resolution for 2022 is not to overthink. Being the philosopher that I am, of course, this has been something that's been holding me back. In my opinion, my plan is to take this advice from many successful people and implement it into my life. Mainly 2 sides of it.
lifestyle.
One of the best books that I've read in 2021 was Atomic Habits. Highly recommended, by the way. In it, James Clear, the author, speaks a lot about the act of just showing up as part of building a habit. The whole idea of the book is based on the fact that if you improve by 1% every day, at the end of 1 year, you would be more than 3.5 times better off than you are now. That means that if you want to start running in the morning, you don't start by waking up 3 hours earlier and running a marathon every day. That would, put you at a high risk of burnout. Instead, you should just wake up a little bit earlier on the first day. Then the second day you get dressed up. The third day you go for a walk, and then the fourth day you run, right? Every day you make little but steady progress towards your goals. Actually, a relevant quote I love from the book is you have to standardize before you can optimize. Basically, you build a habit and then you improve it.
You do!
A YouTuber that I've been watching quite a bit in the recent years is Ali Abdaal.
Hey friends.
And whenever he's asked about the advice he would give to beginner creators, his advice is almost always the same. Quantity over quality.
If you're starting on YouTube, I would say quantity is far more important than quality.
And other people in the area actually agree. There's a few reasons really why quantity is more important than quality. First of all, it loosens you up. Making lots of content means that you will probably screw up a lot of times, but it also means you can experiment, right? You can try different filming POVs, different lighting, titles, thumbnails, etc. You name it. You get to learn by doing, and your content, your product, service, whatever the hell you want to call it, just automatically gets better over time. Second of all, it helps you develop the habit of posting videos or making music or whatever it is that you do. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will write or edit or post at the same time every day or week. This just means that the more you do something, the more it becomes a part of who you are. The identity that you're trying to build, as James Clear would say. It also helps with the first argument because the more you identify with something, the more comfortable you are doing, creating whatever you want. Finally, and this is mostly a me thing, but the way I see it, I would get less stressed when creating something if I knew that I can just stop or just, end it and start something else, rather than working on something for months and then uploading it and not knowing if it's good enough, stressing and overthinking about whether it was good enough or not. It removes, so to say, the pressure that comes with needing every video of yours to be a hit. Anyway, people think it's weird to get hyped about reading one page or meditating for 1 minute or making one sales call. But the point is not about doing one thing. The point is to master the habit of showing up. The truth is, a habit must first be established before it can be improved. If you can't learn the basic of showing up, you have little hope for mastering the finer details. Instead of trying to engineer a habit, a perfect habit from the start, try to do the easy thing on a more consistent basis. You have to standardize before you can optimize. And those were the words of James Clear from Atomic Habits. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching. Click here for my introductory video on journaling, and here for a rather fun video on my unboxing of the MacBook 14. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts on the subject at hand, and bye-bye. See ya.